welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video on things I learned on my own that I wish my parents would have discussed with me. I'm not going to go in detail to every little thing, just hit a few keynotes, whatever. So the first one I'm going to talk about is credit. Credit is very important, and who would ever knew? I didn't know. I pretty much learned everything I know about credit on my own, and it's important because you pretty much need it to get mostly anything that's out here. Like when it comes to getting a car, if you want a good reasonable car note, good interest rate, credit cards, a house, apartment, all of those things, they check your credit, and even some jobs check your credit, so it's pretty important. And I think it's important to start off when you're young. Like, they have different things that you can do to set your kids up for success, when they get to their early 20s. Like, if you have a few credit cards, make sure you pay them on time, and you can add your kids as a authorized user, and it'll go ahead and start building their credit up, and just set them up for success as they get older. And not only that, once they when to talk to your child and when they will understand the concept of credit. So once you feel that they're ready, I feel like you should go ahead and introduce credit and just start teaching them little things about it and the importance of it, and just help set them up. They can get them get stuff flying around. Yeah, I'm paranoid, but they can get a what's it called, a secured loan, which is kind of like a credit card, but it's your own money, but it still helps build your credit. A lot of times people will throw credit cards out there saying that that'll help you build your credit, and it will, but you have to know how to use it, and that's where I messed up at. So it's kind of like I did a trial and error kind of thing, kind of jumped out there myself and just figured everything out. Because, okay, yeah, I got me a few credit cards, my credit score was good, were decent, and I was paying them up on time, but no one ever told me that you have to keep the utilization percentage. I'm just trying to get bit by a mosquito. I gotta get some bug spray or something. But no one ever taught me to keep the percentage at a certain percentage, whatever. And so I'm swiping, I'm swiping. I'm thinking as long as I make my payment on time, I'm good. And corona, because my credit score dropped immediately. Not immediately, but probably within the next month or two. And it was because my utilization was so high. So once I figured that out, I now know that, hey, you can use the card, but you can't use so much of it, So yeah, so it's more than just getting a credit card and paying it on time. So I would definitely suggest, when you're introducing things to help them build their credit, break it down to them so they know the ins and outs of it all. The second thing I wish my parents would discuss with me is college. I'm going to say this. For one, college is not for everybody. It's not. If you want to go to college, cool. If you don't want to go to college, cool. I feel like for the kids who don't want to go to college, as long as they have a plan within life, maybe they want to own their own business, or maybe they want to pick up a trade or anything like that. As long as they're doing something productive with themselves, I feel like that's okay. Because college isn't for everybody. But for those who do want to go to college, make sure you're going to school for something that you want to do. Because I have a few people in my family in the medical field or whatever, and it was kind of pressured on me to get in the medical field. went off to college in Savannah, and I was going for pediatrician because I like kids, whatever. And then it's in the medical field, so you know, two birds, one stone. But that's not really what I wanted to do. So then I came back home, and I went to school locally, and I still stayed in the medical field while I was in school. That's what I was studying, but it's still not what I wanted to do. So I say that to say, now I got these loans and I'm in debt, which I don't pay on them. Now they can kiss my behind. Not important right now, but it's for no reason, you know. Don't have a degree, and I don't want to do anything in the medical field as of right now, anyway. You know, things could always change. I could probably use all of that. But one thing that I did get was my medical assistance application. So and that's not too bad. That's something I can kind of see myself doing, but it's not something that I can see myself doing for the rest of my life, like that I can actually enjoy. So I feel like it's never too late to go to college. If you're unsure of what you want to study, wait. Figure out what it is that you think that you want to do for the rest of your life, and wait. Still wait. And just wait. And I'm not gonna say it's nothing wrong with going to school and changing your major. So if you just decide one semester, hey, I want to do something more, I'm gonna try something else, by all means do it. They allow it, so as long as you're following your heart. Another thing that ties into that I want to touch on is how I feel like I would have appreciated, you know, being talked to about being a business owner in the business world, because that's always an option. I feel that on my own too, and you should just let them know that it is an option. You can, if you don't want to work for someone, that's fine. If you do want to work for someone, that's fine as well. But let them give them the knowledge so they can choose, so they won't be wandering around the world figuring things out on their own, you know. So yeah, because I didn't know anything about LLC or business license or, you know, the requirements. That was a big mosquito, and I really want to get up and kill it. Let them choose. It's a lot to learn. Like, I'm figuring everything out. Me being a business owner for the first year, I started my business in January of 2019 this year, and it's definitely a lot to learn. So that's another one. Another thing I wish that I was introduced to was sex in relationships. Ding, ding, ding. Figured everything out on my own when it came to sex relationships too. But good thing God had his hand on me, because I was such a quiet girl, and I wasn't grown or fast or anything like that. I think I could have. When I was younger, I've always had the idea that I was going to be a virgin until I got married, which nothing is wrong with that, and that would have been cool and dandy if I did, but it didn't happen that way. But I think I lost my virginity like around 17 or 18 years old, so I still did pretty good, you know what I'm saying? But I just feel like no one ever talked to me about protection, birth control, STDs. Thank God I've never ran into a situation where, you know, I've had anything like that, but no one's ever talked to me about those things. I kind of just figured it out on my own. It's a lot to know out there, more than what they teach in the health classes in school or whatever. So it's a lot to know, and it's important to know that a few things, like the person who you lose your virginity to, that does not mean, one, it doesn't mean you're a bad person because you didn't wait to marriage. Two, you don't have to stay in that relationship or continue to deal with that person because you lost your virginity to them. And I think that's where I messed up. Well, I know that's where I messed up. You know what I'm saying? So I lost my virginity and was just like attached. I thought that, you know, hey, I don't wanna explore with nobody else. I don't wanna do this with nobody else, you know? There's just too much stuff out there. That's not the case. Don't let that tie you down to a toxic relationship. And that's another thing that I wish someone would have discussed with me, and that is toxic relationships. The signs of one, how to get out of one, when to reach out about it, you know what I'm saying? So no one ever talked to me about it, so I did end up staying in a toxic relationship longer than I should have. And a lot of times when you're in toxic relationships, you're kind of blinded and you don't feel like it's toxic or whatever. But I mean, hey, it was my first relationship, so. And also, just how to know your worth. So, and I say that because during this relationship, I completely lost myself because in the beginning, when the dude was doing things that I didn't approve of, but I didn't know how to communicate and say that these things are not okay, or this doesn't sit well with me, so I'll just be quiet. But eventually I did speak out. Some things did change, some things didn't, you know. But it kind of made me lose confidence in myself and love myself less because of the things that were going on. Like, we could be in public and walking together, you know, at the movies, river walk, whatever it is, and you know, here I am thinking I'm cute, but then the dude that I'm with, he's looking at other females hard, dude. I'm turning his neck, you know, and it's like a reoccurring thing. So it's just like that fucks with you. I'm sorry for my language, but it fucks with you because you get to looking at yourself, trying to figure out, you know, dang, you know, why aren't you giving that attention to me, or what do they have that I don't have? And that should never be the case. That should be nothing you think about. That's why I say, parents, you definitely talk to your daughters about knowing their worth. So if they're ever in a situation like that, they know to, you know, get the fuck away from them. Because one thing about it, somebody's out there is going to appreciate you and show you the attention that you need. And also, we're young, so don't get wrapped up in a guy's attention anyway. You know what I'm saying? Focus on yourself. Focus on what you want to do, what you want to get out of life, where you want to go. Help them focus on themselves and know that a guy is just, that's an option. You don't need a guy right now. So don't let that distract you, because once you get distracted and your mind gets messed up, it's hard to focus on what's actually important, you know? So, but those are the few things that I just wanted to touch on that I wish my parents would have taught me. And I will be sure to teach my kids those things as well. You know, it's all a learning experience. They probably never thought about talking to us, so it's no blame, you know? But yeah, if y'all have any other suggestions or anything that you guys wish that your parents would have discussed with you, leave it in the comments below, because I would love to hear.